Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to day 25, episode 25 of the 30 most important albums in the history of hard rock and heavy metal. We have arrived at 1980. Yes, we are moving into the 80s here. This album released July 25th, 1980, produced by Robert John Mutt Lange for the Atlantic Records label. Yes, I'm talking about Back in Black, I Hit the Sack. A monolithic album in this history of heavy rock, as we're talking about. You know, you could argue all day about what is your favorite AC/DC album, right? Maybe it's Highway to Hell that came before it. Maybe it's Dirty Deeds. Maybe it's Power Age. I mean, could Let There Be Rock or anything that came after this one. Most folks either, they cite their love for Bon Scott over Brian Johnson and the two different eras. But I mean, come on, there is no denying that Back in Black, one of the biggest heavy albums of all time, was another one of those game changer albums. I mean, this was just massive. This made AC/DC a household name. Sure, they were building momentum quite a bit in the couple albums that came before it with Bon, but once Bon passed away, they hooked up once again with Mutt Lange, and just got the new singer who really fit in with the band. I mean, Brian really fit in with these guys, and this album is just so massive. And again, you can argue all day till the cows come home whether AC/DC were ever heavy metal or were they just a great bluesy rock band that was just, or bluesy hard rock band who was just, big and loud and raucous and metallic, right? Doesn't really matter. I mean, we were calling this metal back in the day. Back in the day, AC/DC were heavy metal. The logo's heavy metal. The look of the album is heavy metal. The riffs are heavy metal, right? Hell's Bells, killer song. Shoot to Thrill, What Do You Do for Money, Honey, Giving the Dog a Bone, Let Me Put My Love Into You, all these kind of playful lyrics. And, back in the day, did we know everything that they were hinting at the time, depending on how old you were, right? But pretty soon, if you were a teenager, you picked up on it's like, oh, half this stuff is about sex, right? All right, Back in Black, the title track. I mean, how heavy and crunchy is that? I mean, those chords are just like immense. You Shook Me All Night Long, biggest hit the band ever had, right? It's one of those songs I never need to hear again, but, no denying its impact. Have a Drink on Me, another killer song, a little ode to Bon, right? Shake a Leg, just frantic and amazing. Rock and Roll Ain't Noise Pollution, again, that kind of mid-tempo stomp that the band did so well. Angus and Malcolm Young, and, Cliff Williams on bass, and Phil Rudd on drums, otherwise known as the classic lineup, although if you insert Bon Scott in there, that could also be arguably the classic lineup as well. Just take your pick of singer, right? But the rest of the guys, that's known as the classic lineup. So, yeah, I mean, and this is just an amazing sounding album. This is what you want a big, ball-busting hard rock or heavy metal record to sound like. Just, Mutt's production on here is just absolutely gargantuan. This is what you put on when you want to shake the rafters, with your home theater system and just have the house rocking, right? I mean, it just doesn't get much better than that. I mean, we played this album to death back when I was a kid. And, I don't listen to this as much anymore because I've heard it a million times over my life. But, man, sometimes when I feel the need and I put this on, just like, it just kind of brings you back, right? And like I said, how many heavy bands just took what AC/DC brought to the table and ran with it, right? So many other bands. I mean, the band itself, so influential and important in heavy music history. But, like I said, you could argue over which album better fits here. I almost went with the album before it, the last with Bon. But, man, this is Back in Black, right? Just had to go there. So that is my pick for today. Back in Black by AC/DC. Man, the riffs of Malcolm and Angus's biting solos, and man, that throaty, gravelly voice, and just these anthemic songs. It's hard to it's just hard to not acknowledge the greatness that is Back in Black by AC/DC. So Thanks for watching. Visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, of course, we are on YouTube all the damn time. Coming up, we only have a few more days left in the month as we finish up the 30 most important albums in the history of hard rock and heavy metal. So stay tuned for day 26 coming up tomorrow and each and every day, the last couple of days in November as we finish up this series. Visit us, I already said all that, but please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell. We've got the link also to our Ko-Fi page below for channel donations, the link to our merch page. We've got all sorts of cool Sea of Tranquility stuff. Christmas is coming, so if you want to buy some gifts for your friends and family or for yourself, we do have a sale going on there as well, too, till the end of December. So check that out as well. And make sure you visit our webzine, which is celebrating 20 years on the internet this year. Thanks for watching. I am Pete Pardo. We'll see you real soon. And happy Turkey Day, everybody, here in the States. Bye-bye.